off 9 out of 10 times. It's your balance and position that goes off, which then in turn affects the stroke. Medvedev, a very, very hard worker, and his center of gravity is fantastic. I've seen him in the weight room working on exactly that. Look how he uses his legs. Look at the development of his thighs. And he's a very fierce competitor. He gives away nothing. It's just like in the bread line in Russia, you know, they give away nothing there. This just shows what top players do when they get out there. I mean, they're doing their bit of business as if they're actually playing for money. And this is really important for the everyday player to get out and be a little bit more serious with their practice habits. Bjorn Borg trained here for 3 months. And he gave a fantastic speech to our youngsters. He said a very simple thing. The very second he stepped onto the tennis court, onto that 7,200 square feet, everything he did was match point. Whether it was 2 hours or 3 hours. He went for every ball. If a bird flew over the court, he'd go for the bird. You know what that'll do for you also? You begin to anticipate where the ball's going. Most players hit a ball, look, and they say, my gosh, I'm terrific. I wouldn't do that. Boom, hit, and as you're recovering and watching where the ball's going, then tell yourself how terrific you are.
Whole new game, and he, you know, in 10 years that he was out of the game, all of a sudden it completely changed. He still is fast, I think, as he was, or close to it, because he's still one of the fastest players I've ever played against. And that was fun to watch, because he glides around the court.
Turn, step in and meet the ball. Excellent, do it again. Turn, meet the ball. Excellent, do it again. Excellent, do it again. We're picking up the pace a little bit. Turn, block, turn, block, turn, block, turn, block. Very nice, rotate. There we go. There we go. The other way. Very nice. Keep the eyes on the lights. Keep the eyes on the lights.
The volley, making contact with the ball before it bounces. Are you afraid of the volley? Most people are. Do not fear the volley. It's the same as a ground stroke. Utilize your opponent's power. Get out there and work. You see 2 students out here making contact with the ball with a very slight backswing. The big factor determining a successful volley is not swinging at it unless it's an easy ball. The more difficult the ball is, the shorter the backswing. Remember, if you just hold your racket right there and make contact with the ball, that's the volley.
Preparation, contact, and hardly any follow-through.
Use my power, guys. Use the power. 2.
Difficult ball, use his power.
4. 1, 1, 3. Come on.
And always challenge the ball.
2.
Challenge.
3. Good
Challenge.
20.
Perfect.
4.
Go after it.
1.
Go after it.
Yes.
Good boy. Challenge.
2.
Perfect. Now. All right.
Next. 1.
Perfect.
2.
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Come on.
All right.
4.
That's it. That's it.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull day, and there are other things in life besides just hitting a tennis ball over a net. Frequent trips are made to visit the spectacular attractions of the state of Florida. Observing alligators, manatees, sharks, or simply bowling and buying goodies in the mall are part of the weekly schedule for the Bollettieri student.
I've always been meticulous about myself. How I look physically, working out, staying in good shape. It's something that it just comes naturally. I don't work at that age. I mean, I get up in the morning, when I get through shaving, I put the things away. If I stay at somebody's home or my home, I make the bed. If I get through eating something, I go put the plate in the sink and wash it. I mean, that's just me. I mean, that's something that I've done all my life.
The obsession with being neat and tidy extends to the student rooms.
Hi guys.
Hi, what's up?
Frequent checks are made to ensure that reasonable order is maintained and that there is zero consumption of drugs or alcohol.
Come on out, inspection time. Okay, the shoes. You see all the
Offenders
shoes here?
clock up zeros
Whose shoes are
and
these?
punishments vary from cleaning up the courts
Okay, let's
and
take
picking
the
up
shoes,
1,000 tennis
put them
balls
underneath
to
the bed.
expulsion.
No, don't kick
On the
it
whole,
up there.
there is good humor on both sides.
That's not, you don't kick it under there. Put them in there straight. Hey, the guys that live in this back bedroom, come in here, please. When did you guys put this poster up? We need to take that poster down. That's a little, both those posters need to come down, okay? Would you show your mom in here? Okay, with posters like that on the wall? Well, you know how I gotta show parents in here all the time.
You should be standing outside, guys. Not too many people inside, okay?
This is called the 3-ball drill. A big forehand that's hit 4 or 5 feet inside the baseline. As soon as they hit that forcing forehand, a short ball will come. They'll come in with the backhand. After the backhand, they'll attack the net, forcing the opponent to hit their best possible shot. If they don't, Craig will end that with a volley. Okay, let's try that again. Good attitude, Craig. Big backhand, boy. Excellent, can't do that any better. Christina, accelerate. 1, beautiful. After it, 2, that's my girl. Excellent volley. The work is not just done out here on the court. These children are spending hours inside a physical fitness center with our trainer, Jose. You just can't come out here and learn to move your feet this way. A lot comes naturally, but you've got to develop strength in key areas of your body to be able to do this over and over and over.
Different machines for different muscles of the body. Different running drills with cones, white lines or wooden boxes to increase speed and mobility to make life on the tennis court less painful. The NBTA has an almost military flavor to it, as First Lieutenant Bollettieri imposed these fitness exercises because he found them so beneficial when he joined an American paratrooper unit during his service.
Being in the elite group, the 187th Airborne, which later became the 82nd Airborne, it was one in which You felt that you were the best, even if you weren't. You believed in it. This is what we preached to. You always dressed smartly, and you always were ready to tackle new adventures, and actually, you know, a little crazy to jump out of planes anyway. That's just like the air show, like a F-15 making a 360-degree turn. That's amazing how those kites look so much like it. In fact, the planes look much like the kites.
10, 11, right, 12, left, 13, right, 14, left, 15.
Come on! As fast as you can, let's go, let's go! Keep on going and back this way, come on! Let's get it going, come on, come on, come on, come on! Back pedal, come on, let's go! Get there, keep on going, let's go, let's go! Sprint forward! Medium pace, you guys, not too fast. We're gonna be here for a long time. Hello. Go!
Go! One down, two up. Follow through on the left side. That's not bad. You see what happens there? The momentum actually brings the back foot in. That's fine too. 1, 2, follow through. Come in and finish. Yes, pretty.
The serve, one of the most important parts of the game. What makes up the serve? The toss and the downswing. If you can't put the toss in the same place all the time, you will have a problem. Once you master the toss, then work on the downswing, whether it be a full downswing or an abbreviated downswing. There's no reason any of you shouldn't have a good serve. Remember, it's the ball and racket working together. In the beginning, work on techniques and rhythm. Power will come from confidence. Good luck with your serve. How many of your first serves go into the net? A lot, right? You know what I'm going to have you do the next time you go out to practice? Stand about 5 or 6 feet behind the baseline. What's this going to make you do? It's going to make you hit up and out. You better clear that net. Now, you better do it again, Frenchie, or you're going to be picking up balls the whole day. That's perfect. Next, Christina. Now we'll take Christina with a little bit more of the classical look. She has a longer backswing, keeps the left hand up, extended real well, and she tosses the ball up a good 2 feet higher than he does. Beautiful. Notice his feet, how they land into the court. Very, very different. He lets the left foot land up in front. Christina lets the right foot end up. I mean, everybody is different. Very nice.
Back to Miami, or more precisely Key Biscayne, an island just off the coast, where Andre Agassi and Monica Seles both won the Lipton Cup in 1990, the double-header. This year, Jim Courier, Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi returned to do battle.
Okay. Who are you waiting for?
Agassi! Agassi! Yeah!
Why Agassi?
Because he's my favorite player.
Why are you waiting for Agassi?
He's number 1. Yes.
Number 1.
We love him.
Hi. Yeah. We
won't come out. We watched him eat lunch for 2 hours.
And he had salad and pasta. And now we've been waiting for 3 hours and he still is not coming out to talk to us. He waved to us.
Do you want to get an autograph?
Yes.
On our hat.
On our hat.
Is that your shirt?
Agassi!
That's it.
I gotta go get the
the Lipton International, one of the world's most important tennis tournaments. Competing at Key Biscayne is sometimes difficult and often impossible because of the hurricane weather. The tennis matches can rarely be played on time.
There are different times you like to play, like for example when I played Aaron in the first match, you know, I knew it was going to be cold that whole day and especially at night, so I was preferring not to play at night. You know, I wish I could have played in the day, but then with the weather forecast today, you're kind of glad you're playing early because if you do get a chance, you want to get your match over with and give yourself the time to work on more things or to just relax. And but you got to show up to a tournament ready to play, and it's one thing that I've realized is when you're ready to play, there's a lot of things that don't even really matter. You know, who you're playing, when you play, or if there's a rain delay.
The more well-known I became, the less I could communicate with my students. If you communicate and you're sort of be shown on television, it'll cost you a penalty and perhaps cost Andre $1,500. And I think at this time of my coaching career and Andre's playing career, the less a coach does to help a student like that is for the better. You know, I might yell at him, come on, get your feet going or like that, but the hand signals and you know, touching your ears and removing your glasses, we're far beyond that.
Hold on, get back behind the gate right here, guys.
I take my job as a tennis player very seriously. I enjoy it very much, but I also take it very seriously, and I'm just going to continue to work hard and try and get better and better, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm going to stay healthy. That's the most important thing. And, you know, just go out and enjoy myself and hit a few balls, travel the world, and be with my buddies on the tour.
You know, in playing against Pernfors, what Jim is doing, you know, he's doing what he has to do. He's drifted back a little bit more behind the baseline because Pernfors can't hit with Jim. He's hitting those high balls, and Jim is just picking his shots. There it is right there. You know, Jim has all the shots. I think that's what makes Jim so interesting, is that he has all the shots, and he's always going to come after you. It's tough. There he is. Look where he's hitting. Stop that. Let's go back there a second. Let's go back. There's a big forehand, a backhand, and now stop right there. He has run around that backhand so much that he's about a foot away from the alley. And this is Jim's whole way of playing. He wants to hit that forehand as many times as he can. But he's very intelligent in how he sets up that shot.
Jim Courier was so strong that day that defeat seemed impossible. But it happened. Playing against the Australian Mark Woodford, he lost both the match and his temper, a rare occurrence.
I had a poor performance and he had a poor performance in the chair, but you know, we all do our best out there. He just didn't quite get it. You know, we all do things that at the heat of the moment. I don't regret anything.
Sorry.
What's that?
I'm sorry, couldn't hear you. Yikes.
See if we can stop this and back this up a little bit.
You know, we all do things that at the heat of the moment. I don't regret anything.
You got it. Glad we got that cleared up.
Andre Agassi, who played against Richard Krajicek, also did not win. For a coach, losing an important match is a time for analysis, for finding a method to prevent the same thing from happening next time round.
Krajicek came in on everything possible. And no matter how good a counterpuncher is, when the person gets on top of the net and practically shake hands with it, your passing shots have to be phenomenal. Coaches have to be very realistic, and there can only be a few reasons why a match is won or lost. I mean, especially in a close match, and today was a close match. You know, Krajicek is a big server, and at certain times the serve was unreturnable or was an outright ace, which means it puts a lot of pressure on your serve. And you have to take advantage of every opportunity, or at least 9 out of 10 opportunities to break a big server. I mean, that's what happened at Wimbledon. You know, it was 37 aces against him by Isavinovic, but at a certain time he broke him, and the match was Andre's. But it's always difficult against a big server. A little later on in the locker room, Andre said to me, you know, if we don't do anything else, we've done it all. I mean, winning Wimbledon is the highest award that a player can get, and certainly the highest award a coach could receive, and seeing one of his students win the big granddaddy of them all.
The Courier, Agassi, Sampras and Selous generation have left the NBTA and now only rarely return to give their game a facelift. This leaves Coach Bollettieri more time to spend on the next crop of players coming through the ranks. For example, the Russian girl, Anna Kournikova, spotted by an IMG talent scout in Moscow and immediately whisked off to Bradenton. She is no more than 11 years old.
That's the biggest atomic bomb I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's going off every second. It's like dynamite, piles of dynamite put together, attractiveness, very abrasive, rude, arrogant, confident, and then she can turn on a charm like an actress. And she could probably be an actress also. Orlando said to me, one of the big problems that your students have, Nick, is that they're so good so young that they don't know how to lose, and when they do get beat or they do lose a match, they don't know how to accept it. So I'm very high on Anna losing some matches as she did at the Orange Bowl, because she not only lost it, but she lost it because she didn't come to the net and developed her total game. Thank you. Hi, Mama. Hello. Yeah. So, she made a big shot. Come on, come on. I look for the openness of a student, how they walk and how they perceive themselves. And then you look at the feet and you look at the hands and eyes and see how they react to certain situations when they know they're being looked at. Now this is the best backhand, Rick. This is the best backhand I've ever seen for a youngster. Tommy Haas came here with a lot of talent, a lot of undeveloped talent. He was small when he came here. Now he shot up 4 or 5 inches. A lot of pressure on him from the German Federation and from the people in Germany who expect giant things from him. And the first summer he went home and only did fair, and the second only fair. And then all of a sudden he came back and worked very hard on his serve and very hard on a big forehand, and boom, goes down the Orange Bowl and wins the Orange Bowl of the world. Again, patience. He's only 14, going up 15, patience. We need another 2 years with Tommy.
This coach has now reached an age when most people will stop working, but his strong, frequently over-strong character and self-confidence tell him that retirement is out of the question. Life is never always a success story, not even for Nick. Looking back over the years, what does he regret most?
Nothing. I'm a very lucky guy. I can't look back and have any regrets. It wouldn't help me to look back and have any regrets anyway. Looking back is not the way that I have gone in my life. Once I've made a decision, whether it be positive or negative, I go forward. And I always have maintained that positive attitude, and I hope that God gives me the spirit and strength to continue going that way.
Keep on jogging, jogging place at all times. Everybody moving, let's go. Go! Come on. Work hard. Come on, Pietro, come on. Come on. The last one. Left.